We will never forget those powerful women behind the times that defined her story. All the ways in which we learn to see what impact looks like, what passion looks like, what inspiration looks like, and certainly the definition of strength. The women who don't just talk the talk, they give an exhibition intense moments when it's needed. Movements born from planting a seed with intention. I'm eager to mention Olive Elaine Morris. I have to use her full name in honor of her full spirit, a modest soul. 27 years full of vim, her whole life was on a roll. But it's nothing you've got to show when you're doing the work. It speaks for itself, especially living in this system. An early example was in Brixton. A Nigerian diplomat was being arrested for a parking offence. She stood with him. This was in the 60s and 70s, where things were a little more dark and intense. There was a thirst for equality that her inner urges were starting to quench. She started out with no qualifications and ended up with a degree in economics and social sciences, telling of how knowledge was shaping her approach to activism. Everything she'd done from Italy to Ireland to China matched the vision of how she was received when she came back to Brixton. In 2009, the people voted her to be on the local pound. She deserved to be. We will never forget the powerful women behind the times that defined her story. History is a gift wrapped in the present for the future to reveal. Women like Dame Jocelyn Anita Barrow, a British educator, community activist, a politician, a leader. She taught adults literacy skills through a Caribbean communications project she ran as a teacher. The first black governor of the BBC, I get chills knowing she dominated the room with a black queen's demeanor. We will never forget those powerful women behind the times that defined her story. All the ways in which we learn to see what elevation looks like, what inspiration looks like, what innovation looks like, and certainly women like Winifred Atwell. She literally proved black history is world history by being the only female instrumentalist to get the #1 spot. At those heights, some stop or even hit a ceiling, but she continued exceeding the levels by being the first black musician in this country to sell 1 million records. It said her hands were insured for £40,000. At her heights of fame, how could you ever look at life the same? Those black and white keys helped her weave into the high life, but she never forgot her roots, and it showed by opening up the first black hair salon in the 50s right on Railton Road. It's our story that we must find a way to protect, to remind the future generations in order to move ahead. We need to reflect, and above all, never forget.